Financial literacy won't fix what your childhood wired to fear. Scarcity is not just a mindset. It's not a lack of budgeting skills. It's not a failure of discipline, you guys. No, that's not what it is. Scarcity is a survival imprint, you guys. That's right. This is Trauma Talks with Krystal Boothe. Okay, welcome to today's episode. We are going to dive into talking about financial scarcity and where it really all started. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. Because if you grew up hearing things like, we can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees, or if you miss rent and you were put out on the streets and maybe experienced homelessness or had to move in with a family member or something along those lines, then your nervous system, didn't just learn about money. It learned to equate financial instability with emotional and physical danger. That's right. The neuroscience behind financial panic. Okay, when you're exposed to financial stress early in life, your nervous system encodes those experiences as patterns of threat. This programming primarily impacts three key parts of the brain. Okay, we're going to get into that today. The first part that it affects is the amygdala, your fear center. It gets hyperactivated when something reminds you of past financial dangers, even if the current situation isn't as severe. Okay? Number two, the hippocampus. This is another part, the part of your brain that stores emotional memory. Okay? It links present day stress, like a bill in the mail, to past trauma. That's why it feels so severe. Like witnessing your parents panic over money. Your body immediately brings up that memory in the current situation. Number three, prefrontal cortex. This logical decision-making brain under stress, it goes offline. That's why even when you know what to do financially, you feel overwhelmed and frozen, even though you actually know what to do in a situation. Isn't that a trip? Yeah, this neurological cascade puts your entire system into a state of hyper arousal or shutdown. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Not because you're broken, not because your body, but it's actually because your body remembers and is trying to protect you, okay? So you're going into survival mode, okay? Why you might panic when you open a bill. To someone without this history, a bill is just a task. But to someone in financial survival mode, it can feel really, really scary. It feels like a threat to safety and even your belonging. Yes, imagine that. Okay, it goes really deep. Your body may respond with things like racing heart or shortness of breath, avoidance. Yes, avoidance, and you might not pay that bill, or even procrastination. Shame might start to spiral into shame, or urgent, I have to fix this now, overthinking. These are not character flaws. These are nervous system responses, you guys. So how does self-empathy begin to unwind this fear? Yes, self-empathy is the healing bridge between your past survival patterns and your present awareness. You begin to come out of survival mode and you go into healing. When we shame ourselves for financial fear, why am I so behind? Why can't I just handle this? We reinforce the trauma loop. Yes. Instead, what my technique self-empathy does is invites you to witness without judgment and validate without shame. This begins the healing process. So try asking things like, what part of me is afraid right now? Okay? Ask yourself that. Where did I first learn that money equals danger? Yes. Can I speak to that younger version of me with kindness and reassurance? That's what you need to start to think about. Okay? Let me give you an example. It makes sense that I'm scared. Something like that. I remember watching mom cry over bills. Yes, that part of me still believes panic is the only way to survive. That's what you can tell yourself. But today I can breathe, pause, and choose differently. Okay? This is how you begin to re-regulate your nervous system and rewire the fear money connection. The thing that causes you to go into severe danger around money issues. Okay?